Apparently there was a surfer that got stranded on the rocks down here. It is an awful day to be out surfing. I surf in Santa Cruz. I would never paddle out in this. Thankfully, the awesome San Francisco Fire Department was able to get to the surfer on the rocks over there, and they're trying to bring him in now. So, well done, SF Fire. What's up, guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm here today with my friend Julian. We are in San Francisco at Sutro Baths, which is a really weird part of San Francisco. It is a very gross day, but it's kind of cool and perfect because we're gonna try to shoot some Kodak Vision 3, which is a very cinematic film. Julian's gonna tell you guys all about it while he loads up. I did the dumb thing and already loaded mine because I am not a good storyteller like this guy here. So we're gonna take you guys on a walk around Sutro. We're gonna shoot Vision 3, and then we're gonna show you what the new preset from Very Good Presets looks like. And we're gonna introduce you today to Vision 3 500T.
All right, so Kodak Vision 3 is their premier and only nowadays motion picture film stock. They don't actually make 35mm film for use in still cameras, so companies re-roll the film. So this is one of the better companies. This one's called Silver Sols 35. It's 500T, Kodak Vision 3. And we're gonna load this up. It's an absolutely horrible day, but we kind of like it because it's super moody, dark and gray, kind of like a scary film or something.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, it's San Francisco, so it's always a scary film when you're out shooting. Okay, so a little San Francisco history for you. Right behind me is Sutro Baths. This place was open in the late 1800s, and it basically was like a little resort where the water from the ocean would come in and create bathtubs, as you can see in these photos. This place was open for a little less than 100 years until the 60s, when it burned down and it was determined that it was done by arson. Now you can come to Sutro Baths, you can walk around the former foundation of it, and the ocean is still bringing water in, and there's really cool opportunities for photos in the summertime or when the water is really calm and still. It's also like not like a top 10 photography spots in the Bay Area, but if you're here, be sure to come by Sutro Baths because it's really weird, really cool, and kind of fun to walk around. Okay, so we're gonna leave the rainy area of Sutro Baths and we're gonna head down the coast where it may or may not be raining as hard. What is your prediction?
I don't know. Can't get much worse than this, so we're just gonna keep on trucking.
Let's head on down the coast. right, guys, we are at Shark Fin Cove, one of the most iconic places on the coast of California. Also, be sure to follow my buddy Sam. He's doing all of the B-roll that you've seen today. Incredible cinematographer, so give him a follow. Link is below.
So about 6 months ago, I contacted Dave. So I told him a little bit about Kodak Vision 3, motion picture film, showed him some stuff, and we started to work on what would look like the new Vision 3 preset pack. We've spent not only this gray day, but the last 6 months with over a dozen rolls of Vision 3 at 36 images per roll, developing this. And Dave's done all the work. I've shot a lot of the pictures side by sides with Sony a7R5 and Leica Q3, and Dave's obviously done M11 and M6, and so we're so excited for it.
Just so you know, like, we don't just test this on like Sony and Leica, like we've been looking at Canon files and Nikon, even some Lumix files, Fuji film. Yeah, so we've been really diving deep to make sure a preset pack like this works universally. In fact, we were just having lunch in that diner, and I took a photo here. I'll show it to you. This was taken with an iPhone, and Vision 3 looks great on the iPhone as well. So no matter what you shoot, I think you'll find this preset pack looks pretty good on anything you put it on. You can check out the links below, and of course, like, we're gonna keep shooting today, so we're not done, so don't close out of this video yet. But be sure at the end of the video to check the link below. You can look at some before and after, some examples of Vision 3, and you can see basically like what we've been developing now for half a year. It's been awesome, and I am so stoked about this pack. This may be my favorite pack I've ever worked on because of the amount we've put into it, but also like the outcome of it is so unique and so classic and iconic, especially for photographers that don't do a ton of cinematography. We can get that look now just with one click and a few modifiers. So be sure to check it out right below. All right, guys, so we are here in Pleasure Point, right outside of Santa Cruz, a world-class surf spot here in the Bay Area. We are gonna wrap up our Vision 3 rolls of film right here in this spot, and then we're gonna take it back to the studio so you can see how the preset works, and then head on over and do a deeper dive on verygoodpresets.com. All right, guys, so we are back here at the desk, and I know that was like the worst weather we could have possibly asked for to shoot that video and shoot Vision 3, but you know, when you're working on someone else's travel schedule and you're trying to just make it work, you end up shooting on a day like that. But either way, I hope you guys enjoyed the photos and the experience of seeing the new very good presets, Vision 3. Now this preset is based on the 500T version of this film, but we've got a bunch of modifiers, and the number one modifier being a 250D version. And so for those who don't know, this is like a tungsten balance or a daylight balance, and it's really just gonna affect the white balance, but it plays a big role in the scene that you shoot, you know, because how you white balance really is a big part of your photo. And film comes pre-balanced. It's not a variable white balance like digital cameras can be. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna show you the preset and the modifiers on an assortment of photos from an assortment of cameras and systems, and just show you how the preset works and what you can expect if you were to download it for yourself. So let's take a look. I'm gonna start with this one because it's one of my most recent photos. The first thing that I wanna do here is go ahead and we're gonna do like a really cinematic crop, 2.4 to 1. So we can get that movie look. So let's go ahead and open up. You're gonna see here, we've got the preset. We've got a 250D modifier. We've got a bleach modifier, which is going to desaturate. We've got an expired modifier because we actually believe that we may have shot some expired Vision 3 500T. Early rolls, we moved forward, but we ended up liking it. So I have an expired modifier I made. We've got a flatten, which lowers contrast, a grain minus, a grain plus, muted, which is going to give it a very like kind of pastel-y, kind of indie film look. We've got a pull, 2 stages of push, and then we've got a tungsten, which is another white balance, not 250D, but just if you're shooting under tungsten lighting. Let's go ahead and apply the preset here. And just off the bat, here's the before the preset and after. Let's go ahead and put on the 250D because we are in daylight, and let's push it. And right there, I am done with this image. No having to touch the sliders and make a bunch of changes. This looks exactly how we'd want it to look. Here's the before, and here's the after. Here is a portrait session that was a few weeks ago with my friend Jake. You'll see more of this project in a later video. Let's do the same thing. Let's put this movie crop on it. Let's go in here. Let's put on Vision 3. One thing you'll notice is Vision 3's got nice kind of red skin tones. If you were to Google any Vision 3 movies, you'll see this play out that way as well. You can also do that 250D modifier, which is going to give that daylight white balance, but I don't like it in this scenario. I think I might flatten this one, then pull it to get a bit of a different look. I'm going to push the grain a little more as well, and I love this. I think it looks awesome. Let's go to the next one here. I'm gonna keep doing this movie crop on here because I just think it looks awesome. There we go. There's our nice widescreen Vision 3. Let's push it. Maybe we'll flatten it. Let's get rid of the grain altogether, or take it down significantly at least. And there we go. Before and after. Since we're in the snow, we'll stay in the snow. There's our crop. Vision 3. One click, and I think that's perfect. I wouldn't change anything about it. Before and after. Okay, here's Julian's van. When we were shooting that video, Julian was only in the Bay Area for a couple of days, and so we had to make it happen even though it was raining. Vision 3, 250. Let's push it. Let's make this one expired. And you're gonna see a lot of red tones come into the shadows in the deeper part of the color spectrum, because that's how expired Vision 3 looks. I think it's pretty cool. Flatten it now. Yeah, let's go. Let's keep that. This is out in the desert. Here's the preset. All right, let's do our muted on this one. You see how like drastically it changes from here to here? Let's 250D for the colors. Let's push it. And there's that very like pastel, muted, kind of indie film look it has. Here's the before. Here's the after. Keep on moving here. This is a very cinematic look out on Canon Beach, super early in the morning. Right there alone, that preset just looks perfect. I might even pull it. Oh my gosh, look at that. Maybe flatten it. That 35 Summilux has got some serious vignetting, doesn't it? Oh, I didn't crop it though. Okay, if I crop it, the vignetting's gonna go away. It's way better. There we go. It's still a little bit of vignetting, but we got it. That looks like a movie. It's perfect. Let's talk about how it looks on portraits. This is an elopement in the Dolomites from this past summer. Vision 3. I don't know if I would change anything before and after. And again, you'll notice some red tones in the skin. That is Vision. That's a huge characteristic of the Vision look. Oh man, making this one widescreen is gonna cut some of the scene out, but that's all right. We'll just go above that hut and we'll do the mountain instead. All right, so we'll go with that. Vision 3. Let's flatten it. Let's make it expired. Oh, I love that. That looks really nice. I don't know, pushing it does look nice. Let's push it now. And here we go. Before and after. Looks like a movie. Let's keep talking about skin for a minute. This is from a shoot I did in San Francisco a couple of years ago. Let's take a look at how the skin looks. There's the preset, and let's push it. And you'll see some red tones in the skin. Before and after. Here's the preset. See the red tones in the skin. Again, very much a Vision 3 characteristic. Let's flatten it. I don't know, flattening might have been too much. Let's undo flatten. Let's just push it instead. There we go. And that looks great. Do the same thing here. This is my van and my buddy's van. I'm gonna be selling it, so if you're watching this and you want an old Volkswagen hardtop, let me know. Here's the preset. And honestly, I just think with one click, it looks good. Here's a guy riding a nice big wave at Steamer Lane in Santa Cruz at golden hour. Awesome conditions. Here's the preset. I think that's good as it is. Here's the before and after. Let's go over here. Let's straighten this one up. This is a boat ride up in Canada, in Jasper. Let's go ahead and crop this one in. Throw the preset on. And let's push it. And 250D just subtly here. There you go. Before and after. All right, this is my brother. Nighttime shot here. So, tungsten. Let's try it out. It's like a skinny version of me. All right, here we go. Vision 3. Let's push it. Let's put the tungsten modifier. Look at that. See how that's just gonna bring the white balance to a correct place for shooting tungsten. Because it's night, let's flatten it out. Let's use the expired modifier to put a little red into it. Grain it up. We got it. Here's the thing. This was an assortment of different camera systems. What you just went through is gonna have Sony, Leica, Fuji, Canon. Like for instance, like this photo right here, this is a Fuji photo on the X100V. This one here is gonna be on the 5D Mark IV, my old Canon system. This one's gonna be on the Sony a7R III, not even the latest Sony. Of course, you've got the Leica in here as well. So you're gonna have an assortment of camera systems, and you see the preset works across everything because we made it work that way. So your next step is to go check out the link below to Very Good Presets and take a look at the Vision 3 details. You'll see the pricing on there as well as the modifiers listed out. You'll see a little more information about Vision 3 itself. And a lot of the examples I just showed you are right there on that landing page. So you can look at the photo for yourself and see the modifiers that I use to make that look. Now, as I do on every single preset that I release, I discount for the YouTube community, and this preset will be no different. The code listed right below will give you 30% off of your purchase. I wish it could be 50%, but we had so much money tied up in this preset with all the film and then the time. I'm doing the best I can, guys, and I'm a small business, so I'm doing all I can to make sure I give you guys the best discounts possible. 30% for this one. The code is right below. We hope you love it, you find great use for it, and it adds value to your portfolio and to your work. So that's gonna wrap it up. That's the new preset from Very Good Presets, Vision 3 by myself and Julian Jerry. Make sure you follow him and Sam. These are awesome guys. You should be keeping up with them as well because they're putting out way more work than I am. Thank you guys for watching and for this awesome community that we have around this channel. You guys are amazing, and I'll see you next time.